I saw it. Some of you guys getting excited Friday morning about that fake pump on GameStop. Guys, let your emotions go. That is not going to help you trade GameStop. Last Sunday on the 20th, I told you guys that GameStop would likely end this week at $20.50, and that is exactly where we ended Friday in after hours. In today's video, I'm going to go over with you that very important candle that we ended the day with on Friday. What could it mean for trading in this upcoming week? Where do I think the price is going to go? And could that now deleted YOLO tweet by Ryan Cohen have some effect on GameStop trading in this upcoming week? We're going to talk about all of that and more in today's swing trading GameStop video. Let's get right into it. On Friday morning, for those of you that are only watching one ticker, GameStop, you thought it was running and you called it, but this was just a normal Friday total market pump up in the morning and everything collapsed. Here on the screen, we have the NASDAQ followed by the SPY, and both of those you see had that morning pump and then they sold off throughout the remainder of the day. I've got some other random tickers here on the 4-chart screen. You can see that many stocks followed this basic pattern on Friday morning. So unfortunately, this was not people finally recognizing the value of GameStop. It's just index and algorithm trading. Here is the GameStop chart, and it followed the same pattern as the indexes did. So I'm going to remind you guys again, when you see these sort of things, make sure you're checking the indexes and keep those emotions in check. If it's not something specific to GameStop, then you might be setting yourself up for some disappointment later in the day. Now, I know some of y'all are following other channels that are pushing a Dorito of doom theory, or low volume means we're about to run theory. I'm looking at a completely different set of TA with my eyeballs. I have this declining channel drawn here showing a series of lower highs and lower lows. Although I do like GameStop when it gets down into this green demand zone. While the Dorito of Doom is a completely made up set of TA, and you should not listen to that at all, the low volume theory might be true. Although last year, GameStop traded on very low volume for almost a year. So we could stretch out at this level on low volume for a very long time if there is not news from the company. It is entirely possible that if you're counting on a Dorito of Doom and this play extends out on no news, that triangle, the bottom line of it, could just have a decreasing angle, and these people are going to have to keep redrawing their lines, possibly for weeks or months. Ryan Cohen or Roaring Kitty, give us some news and make things change. What else do we have on the chart here? You can see the bold yellow line. That is the 50 EMA. GameStop is trading under that line on the daily chart. That is a bearish sign. The purple line right here, this bold purple line, is the 200 EMA, and it broke under that line on Friday, which is also a bearish sign. The dotted purple line down here at the bottom is the 200 simple moving average, and maybe that acts as the next level of support for GameStop if it continues to break down next week. At the moment, the 200 SMA is around $19.40. More important to me, though, if you're trying to make some predictions about what might happen based on TA, is how we closed on Thursday and Friday. Thursday having this long-legged doji here, signaling indecision, and then on Friday this red tombstone doji signaling that the stock could be taking a turn towards the bearish side. And when I combine that with knowing where we're at on the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA, it tells me that there is a greater than 50% chance that this stock is going to continue down next week. We do have Ryan Cohen YOLOing, tweeting out that YOLO tweet on Friday. And so that could add some uncertainty into how trading starts out in pre-market on Monday, or even maybe at market open on Monday, if people somehow saw that as a sign. My general thoughts going into trading on Monday morning are going to be centered around a couple of core beliefs, things that I've been talking with you guys about for several weeks. The short interest on GameStop is very low, 9% or lower. This is not a short squeeze play, so don't get emotional based on what you're hearing on social media. We also just went through all of the TA, and although TA is not 100% predictive, it is telling us that there is a lot of uncertainty and some bearish sentiment on this chart. Technical analysis traders are going to be paying very close attention to that tombstone doji on Friday. This type of candlestick pattern needs to be confirmed with one additional candle. And if GameStop closes on Monday with another red candle below the close on Friday, then you're going to see more bears that are following technical analysis likely push into this play. Obviously, if you're a bull or you want GameStop to go up, you're going to want Monday's close to be above Friday's close to invalidate this tombstone doji. As for me, I have no position on GameStop because I've been waiting for this bearish pattern to play out and find some support at a lower level. I don't want to be buying GameStop every day at any price, because if I'm going to buy GameStop, I want to get it at the lowest possible price. I'm never going to time the bottom perfectly, but if I can find support and a candle showing that the trend is reversing, that's an ideal time for me to enter for my trading style and my own personal risk tolerance level. I am not the type of person to get excited about a 50-cent move up on GameStop or a $1 move up. But if we have some upward momentum that's $2 or $3 that looks like this thing is really going to start taking off based maybe on some news from Ryan Cohen or Roaring Kitty, I would also consider entering a momentum swing trade, but I need to see some real momentum, not 25 cents, 50 cents, or $1. I need to see some real upward momentum on very large volume. So that is my plan for next week. Remain patient, see if the bearish pattern plays out, see where the bottom is. If there's bullish momentum and things surprise me, I'm happy to go long at any price. You can see many of my trades here where I took entries and exits on GameStop. I'm very flexible. I'm not a long-term holder of GameStop. I am a swing trader. I'm looking for reasonable entries when the thing bottoms out and reasonable exits when it looks like it is topping out, especially if it's respecting this supply and demand zone that I have drawn here. As a swing trader, I'm always keeping in the back of my mind, what is the fair value of GameStop? It's around $12. I did a video for you guys a few weeks ago walking you through that math. I'll put a link to it in the video description. Hopefully you'll watch that one, because there are a ton of GameStop pumpers on YouTube completely explaining incorrectly how to value GameStop. You don't look at the balance sheet, and you certainly do not look at book value to do a valuation on a stock. Go check out that video and learn what the others are not telling you. Learn how to value the stock right so that you can get the best trade if you want to trade this stock. Let me know in the comments what you think about the TA presented here, what you think is going to happen with GameStop next week. I wish you much luck and success. If you need it to go long, I'll be playing it right along there with you if there is some spicy action on GameStop, thanks to news from Ryan or Roaring Kitty. Without that, I think that it is very likely to trade sideways or continue down in this channel, and we will have to see how well GameStop in the next week or two respects this green demand zone that I have drawn on the chart. How well does it respect that 200 simple moving average at around $19.40? Below that, here on the weekly chart, I have the 50 simple moving average on that green dotted line there at about $18.50. So those are a couple of support levels around 1940 and 1850 if the bearish momentum continues. Who knows, maybe we'll get some good news from GameStop and it can bounce up here. I certainly hope so. Thank you for watching all the way through. I am Tony Denaro, and I will see ya on the next video.